Let's get it going on a Thursday. Good to have you with us on Ed Schultz News and Commentary. Interesting story unfolding. Where does Donald Trump actually stand on super PACs? Now, we all know Trump's got $1 billion. He loves to tell everybody that he can fund his own campaign. He's doing that. Talks about how he's built his business. Good for him. But now he's into the weeds on the process of super PACs, calling them a scam. He doesn't want their money. Super PACs are the funding of billionaires. Billionaires want to run this government. They want to be influential on how the Senate and the House votes and how we make laws in this country. And they're all conservative. So now Trump is coming out saying that it's all a scam. Well, he doesn't need super PAC money. But the question is, the super PACs are having a major influence in the way we run our country. This is what Bernie Sanders has been saying all along. It can't be an election for just the billionaires. Who's the voice of the little guy? So this puts Trump in a position to answer the question. If you were president, will you work to change election laws? What do you advocate for when it comes to election law in this country? And if Trump is president of the United States, what kind of judges would he try to get on the Supreme Court? Bernie Sanders has been up front saying that if he is the president, he will only appoint justices who are opposed to Citizens United and will work to overturn it. So here we are. Trump, we know you got the money, but what about the little guy? Are you telling us that you're going to be the voice of the little guy? Because this goes totally against all the other Republicans. It goes against the Republican establishment. It goes against every Republican he's running against. In fact, this actually sets Trump up as an independent in a big way. It differentiates himself in a big way from the other candidates because he thinks that super PACs are a scam. I haven't heard Bush or Rubio or Cruz, who spent $1 million from a super PAC on right-wing radio to push against Planned Parenthood. So this is what Trump said this morning about super PACs.
But we actually terminated all super PACs. We don't want anything to do with them. We don't want them to advertise for us. We don't want anything. And we said it very loudly and very strongly. And I'll tell you what, this whole super PAC, it's a scam deal. And it is a horrible thing that's going on. Like tens of millions of dollars is being poured into these super PACs. In the case of Bush, in the case of Carson, the super PACs are literally running their campaigns. In Carson's case, the super PAC is running the Iowa campaign, and that's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that. But he shows up. They tell him where to go. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous what's happening. Super PACs are a total scam, and we have disassociated ourselves from all of the super PACs.
Now, if Donald Trump didn't have the billions of dollars that he has, would he be saying that? First question. Second question is this. Okay, they're a scam. They're horrible. They're running campaigns. They shouldn't be because that's the election law. They shouldn't even be communicating with the campaigns. But Mr. Trump, are you saying that you want to change the election laws in this country? Or is it just that you don't need them because you have all kinds of gobs of money yourself to run your own campaign? He continues his attack on his competition. And, of course, there's been a big push for Trump to get taken off Saturday Night Live this Saturday night on NBC because people are pissed off, they don't like him and whatnot. There's just an anti-Trump movement out there. Well, this promo has leaked, and he takes a shot at Ben Carson, which is very entertaining.
Donald Trump is hosting Saturday Night Live this week with musical guest Sia. And because of equal time rules for television, Mr. Trump can only speak for 4 seconds in this promo.
So let me just say this. Ben Carson is a complete and total loser.
Well, what is Ben Carson doing today? He's talking about the pyramids. So I would have to classify him as someone who simply is not focused on the problems of the American workers and American families and the issues of this country, that he would waste that kind of media time with people talking about his theory about why the pyramids were built. Give me a break.